When you spend Monday to Friday in the public spotlight, you only really have Saturday and Sunday to find yourself again. How high-profile South Africans choose to do this is now the subject of a sumptuous new coffee table book, aptly titled Perfect Weekend.
Journalist, author Dominique Herman's collaborative work, Perfect Weekend, is a charming look inside the private lives of very public people. Chef Pete Goffwood is among the 52, one for each precious weekend of the year.
Pete runs a stall at the Old Biscuit Mill Market, which is round the corner on Saturday mornings. But there he sort of makes these rump steak sandwiches, which are legendary, and he sells them. But this is the place where he buys his ingredients.
She lets her subjects express themselves in their own words. As a result, you can read their enthusiasm.
The cooking never goes away. It's not like a 9-to-5 job you switch off and you come back on Monday morning. It's always there, and every time you spot something new or interesting, you just kind of, oh, I know what I can do with that. And I love that. This is when I get the inspiration.
For Dominique's creative partner, Durban-based Florens, a highlight was a shoot with a photographer whose own books adorn coffee tables the world over, the outstanding Urbi Oberholzer.
I've noticed that he shoots with quite a lot of flash, so I used a bit of flash and tried to compose the image in a way that he would. I hope that he notices that. But yeah, it was really amazing. And then often he's got animals in his images, and you know, the dog came along and sat down and bang, there was my shot. So it was fantastic.
Brett has to capture each character in that one shot. Dominique to draw them out with the kinds of questions that get them to sum themselves up. In spite of them never having met or worked together before this, they get their man every time.
To be quite honest, I don't never really put my camera away, because if I don't have it, then I walk around the block and I do sort of mental images. I'm an out there man. I love to go to distant places. I love to sort of see the ugly side of things. I like to conjure up, see what I can do with a situation in a little door, what I can find and what I can do.
Urbi's works are masterpieces, but his tales of Sundays with his wife, priceless. Turn a page, and there's couturier Marianne Fassler. But she's not talking rag trade, rather where to see live West African music, or get a real curry, or her favorite walking spot.
When I've been away, the zoo is the first place I come to, just to sort of unwind, to get over the jet lag. It reconnects me with Africa, and yet it's also so beautifully situated in the center of Joburg. So it's about being in Joburg as well.
The look was totally appropriate with what Marianne was wearing, and being in this sanctuary, in this concrete jungle, was just fantastic.
Each profile is only a page or so, and yet it's enough for a man like rugby and winemaking legend Jan Boerland Coetzee to talk of waterfall showers, grandchildren, church, his favorite lunch spot, and his other true love, the West Coast.
I love the West Coast because I grew up on the West Coast. Well, my best friend is still living here. I mean, sometimes at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, I decide in Stellenbosch I would come here. We will have a swim or dive some crayfish or catch some fish here. Then we go back the next morning, it feels as if you've been away for a month.
Mendoza describes his journey from one side of the same city to the other, and how he makes sure his boys know both sides.
I remember when I bought the plot here, before everything was being built, I never thought it's gonna be like this, but like, I mean, you can feel the wind, it's different. When you go outside the yard, it's very different.
To see him relaxed is to know him, as it is with Clementina van der Walt, who doesn't talk of her ceramics career, rather of French toast, pancakes, and sitting at restaurants or walking the promenade and watching other people.
Clementina is unique because not only is she a fantastic artist and makes these beautiful individual pieces, but she's been a massive commercial success as well.
I make ceramics every day of the week, which is a relaxing occupation, but it does become quite stressful business-wise with deadlines and things. So my treat is to come and walk on the Sea Point Promenade, where there are beautiful sunsets, lots of people, and it's good for the body and the soul.
From politicians turned diplomats to legends of the road and Nobel Prize winners, the triumph of Perfect Weekend is that it effortlessly convinces you that for the better part of Friday through Sunday, all these people are in fact people like you and me. Better still is the news that its authors are already working on their next book.